In the previous video, we introduced materials in Blender and also the emissive material, which is the other way we can illuminate the scene in Blender. So we can use the environment light that will give us also background and reflections if we want. And we can use the light device that we have here, or we can use all of the techniques together, or all of the various type of illumination. So in this video, we're gonna go in another scene, and I created here another file, and I'm using 3D that I have developed in a workshop, and you can use any file that you want. We're just gonna talk about textures, and we're gonna talk about some specific textures here that we can apply to the materials to make them look more realistic. So in the previous video, we saw that we can use with the colors, we can work with the values, simple color. In the video, instead, we're going to work with textures and with procedural maps. Now, in order to see the materials, we need to be in the third sphere right here. And when we want to see some advanced effect, we need to switch in the fourth sphere with the rendering. So to see how the material reacts to the light, creates the shadows, and creates what is called global illumination, we need to go into cycles rendering, which is the most advanced. So you can see here I've applied some materials, and these are not like simple colors, but these contain textures, which are images that can be repeated many times to cover large areas. Otherwise, we need like a really big image to cover, let's say, a terrain. Instead, we use a repeated image. So the best is that you have an image that when it's repeated many times, you cannot see the repetition, you cannot see the tiling, and especially you don't see the seams between one tile and another. So I'm going to do some example. I'm going to use this file, and I've already applied some materials, but if you follow, you can use the same technique to apply yours. You can see in this other texture, we can see the repetition, we can see the tiling. So we can say that's like not so good as a texture. We also going to see the displacement effect, which is this one right here. The displacement is actually like a 3D extrusion of meshes and polygons due to the application of these texture and this effect, which is different from the normal and the bump effect, which are like, we can say, fake three-dimensional effect, which also simulate a 3D relief on the surface, like this wall right here that I have applied. So I'm going to switch to this visualization here, the simplified material preview, because we want to work first with the material and also with the tiling and the mapping of the material on the object, so that we can also see the material correct material in the rendering. And this one right here, this is a procedural map. So we can distinguish the textures that we can apply, the maps, in two types. Procedural maps means that we can work with them inside the software itself, and we can change the colors and the combination, etc. The texture image is made of pixels, and to modify the image, we need to go outside the software. So we need to use like Photoshop or GIMP or something like that. So that's the main difference. Now, what I want to do is I want to detach this part. So let me go in edit mode, because this is all one piece, but it's actually composed by many different parts. So if I select that and I go to select and then linked, you can see that's kind of a separate piece that I want to separate definitely. So I'm going to right click, separate selection. So now you can see that also the mapping has changed, because this object here has its own mapping. And so now we have a new, totally new map. So if we see the material down here, this is the basic principle BSDF. So let me just show you here in the material. So the most important ones are the shading editor, here the shading layout, and the properties, the material properties right here. So switch layout, go to shading, and here go to the material that you need. So you can see here there are more than one material. This is because this object here has a multi-material. Multi-material means that one object can contain more than one material. And I'm also going to show you how to do that. But first, let's go here, and I'm going to delete everything that it's in there. So I'm going to just press minus. Okay, so you can see now it's totally empty. And so when I create a new, this is going to be showing me the generic material, which we already explained in the previous video. So I can choose to work with simple colors. I can choose to work with simple values like metallic or roughness, create a mirror effect, whatever. We already talked about this in the previous lesson. Or we can use textures or procedural maps in all of these channels. Now for the base color, we usually use a color image. For the others, we use rather like than color image, we use a black and white or like scale of gray, shade of gray. So the white means 100% of the effect. The black means 0% of the effect. The grays are something in between. But let's start with the base color here. So if I click and drag out this yellow dot with my mouse, I can search for texture. And you can see here we have image texture. So if I want to work with an image made of pixels, I can use the image texture. The others are procedural maps, and we also have others down here. So let me go with something really simple, which is the noise and the checker. So the first one you saw, that's the checker. And sorry about that. Let me just go down. So we can see here we can change the size, which means making smaller tiles. And then we can change the colors. Everything can be done right here in Blender. We don't need another software. When we use a texture, this is one here, this is a texture of the wall. Well, in that case, as I said, if I want to change, radical changes, I need to go in a graphic design application. So let me show you another procedural map. So I'm going to unplug by clicking and dragging, and then create another one. And let's see the noise. So noise texture right here, color. Okay. Now you can see this is colored, but there are also others that we can use. And we can change the type here. But anyway, here I can change, you can see the scale and all these other stuff without, again, exiting Blender. Now, if I use this, let's say in the metallic, this is going to affect the metallic behavior of the material. If I plug this into the roughness, you can see that it will be like shiny in some parts and less shiny in others, depending where the brightest and the darkest color are, or the black and the white, etc., etc. So let's say I want to use a texture instead. So in that case, let me delete these procedural maps. I'm going to type texture image. And this is going to be black until I put an image inside. So I already downloaded some image. I'm going to show you where to find them shortly. So let me just get one. So I'm going to get to texture, and I have this brick texture, and I can say open image, and there you go. And this is only one channel, one effect, which is the diffuse or base color. And then we need extra nodes right here. Another thing we can do, actually, we can use a template from the material library VX, which we installed in the previous lesson. So I can change this and go to the templates. And from the templates, there are useful resources that you can use. If you want to know more about architecture and interior design 3D Blender, we have a video course that you can find. Just search Architecture 3D JBD Tube in English. Also have a look to Substance 3D English video course. This is perfect for creating materials and textures. Now, for the materials, I got directly this from Polyoven. So just go here, Polyoven, and we saw that we can find HDRIs, textures, and models. So this time